Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Darn True Podcast channel. My name's Tyran. I'm here to discuss society today because we're living in a society today where kids are just running wild. Parents letting these children do whatever they want to do. Children have no role models in their life, and there's no prayer. Parents are not teaching their children to pray before they leave the home, or it's just sad, man. It's something that a lot of people don't talk about nor discuss. So today I want to discuss society and how society is raising our children and not us as parents. So the topic of today is society. So one of the most important things that we tend to lose focus on is parents is raising our children like Big Mama did, or our grandma before our grandmother. Now the mothers are on social media more than the children nowadays, and now children are carrying guns. They're breaking into people's homes. They're killing each other. They're hanging out late, and we as parents have to get that under control because there's kids out there that at 11 that parents don't know what they're doing, and the kidnapping rate is so high. Like you would want to know where your children at all times, and this is one of the reasons why I'm very in tune of who my children hang around, what kids around my children talk about. I don't allow people to cuss around my children, not even adults, and I'm not saying adults, don't cuss at all. Hey, you do what you want to do around your children. But when kids hear, they speak, and what they see, they do. So as a parent, we have to be role models and not let the world raise our children. The Bible tells us train up a child in the way they should go, and that way he won't depart from the lifestyle that you taught that child. So if you're teaching your children how to be a menace, or you glorify them being bad, that's one thing I can't stand. That some parents will literally get on the internet and record their children cussing. I think that was a trendy thing where parents will record their children. Hey, you get to cuss and say whatever you want to say. Say this. What is it? Oh, if I was your parent, or if you could say anything to your mother or your mom, what would you say? And you could say whatever you want. They give their kids the free will to cuss, and the kids will just cuss. And I don't understand that. And a lot of people do things for clicks and likes. We have to implement prayer in the household. When your children go out, ask your children who they're going with. Be aware of who your child hang around. Be aware of who your child is hanging around, who they're going with, whether it's boy or girl. Talk to your children about gun violence, gangs, jail, sex, if they're of age, to understand what's going on in this world. And as parents, we have to be role models. We have to be our children role models, unless the streets will raise them. Be the parent first and don't be the friend. A lot of parents, that's another one. A lot of parents like to want to be their child's age. You done lived your age. You're not 18, 19, 20 no more. You're an adult now. A lot of parents, I feel like when they say they care about their children, well, if you care about your child, raise them right. Like so many parents will let their kids throw up gang signs, have pop champagne for their 16th birthday. Even though it's fake, you're still portraying the image of your child being you're basically molding that child to live like the world. Like now is the time where we want to be teaching our children more about God, more about praying, and not necessarily you got to keep them in the church, but instill Christ into them, so that way they can grow up. And not all Christian children, I'm not saying that, but at least give them something to hold on to. Give them God to hold on. That way when they're out there, God is watching over them. They understand, oh, I need to pray in certain situations. Don't be that friend, because there's friends out there that can't even keep each other in line. So a child needs a parent. You can't be a friend and they're going out with friends. There has to be some maturity in your child's life. You can't be the friend at home and they go out in the street and now they have friends in the street. So that the child has to have some structure. You know, when I was coming up, we had to be in the house before the street light came on. Now the street lights come on, and now the kids say, "Let's turn up" when it gets, you know. So it's different now. Like these kids they're not wired the same, you know. So also, when your child don't have or children don't have structure at home, or the father is not in their life. Also, fathers, please, you know, no matter what situation you have with the mother, try your best to be in that child's life, especially young men, because young men need their father. We have to be more of a role model. Let's as men, let's pull our pants up. You know, keep your, because what your son sees and he looks at you as a role model, he's gonna do the same. You know, teach your son. And, you know, we and also everybody's not perfect. We all make mistakes. Excuse me. We all make mistakes. You know, guys been to jail. They've been to, got in trouble. We all gonna make mistakes. You know, we all gonna make mistakes in life. But let's not let our kids make the ultimate mistake that can possibly cause them their life death or in prison. You know, so those are some things that, you know, we have to not allow the streets to raise our children. Like, we had those children, let us take the responsibility to raise them. I don't want no streets raising my children. And I have 2 sons. And God forbid, I don't know what I'd do without them. But parents, know who your child is with, where your child is going. You know, I remember back then, my mom would get the phone numbers of the parents' house we were going over. Hey, did they make it there? The parents as well to communicate with the child. Is my son or my daughter made it to your home? And that's how, you know, that was one of the safest ways to know where your child is. Did they make it? Did they go where they say they were going to go? Parents, put your child in some type of activity. Everybody, and it doesn't have to be sports. You know, it could be the YMCA. You know, have them doing something, because the occupied child usually don't get in trouble because they're always constantly doing things. You know, like if a child just sitting around, put them in some kind of activity. Put them in track, swimming, art class, gymnastics, music lessons, singing lessons, you know, something to keep your child active to where they're not running around with the wrong crowd, you know, or getting into trouble. Also, make sure you're having conversations with your children daily. You know, if I'm over the road, I'm talking to my children on the phone. I'm talking to my children every day, instilling great morals and teaching my kids to understand the value of life, you know, freedom, you know, staying out of trouble. Like I said, hanging with the wrong people, because I'm a father first. My kids understand that as a father, I'm your dad, you know, so I'm always going to tell you what's right, what's wrong. You know, I do play with my children. We have fun, but at the end of the day, they know I'm dad and I want the best for them. As well as my daughters as well. So we have to get back to being those tough parents. Like I said, we need to get back to mothers being big mama, you know, discipline, real tough discipline. Because in this world, kids need tough discipline, because we're living in the last days. This world is getting worse. And also, the influence around kidnapping as well. You know, the crime rate is so high everywhere. You got gangs, drugs, you know, trafficking, sex trafficking is big, you know. So some kids are just running away from home because, you know, and I talked to this one parent, one of the guys, not gonna mention his name, but he was talking about how he was trying to keep his daughter under control, hanging with the wrong crowd, or she just wanted to do what she wanted to do. So she ran away from home, stayed away for about 2 or 3 weeks, smoking pot, uh, you know, all those type of things. So a lot of times I feel that some parents are afraid to chastise their child because they're afraid of what their child will do. You know, you even have some children killing parents because they're taking video games away. Video games. This is why your home needs to be a house of prayer. You know, praying over your children, praying for your children, and the people they're around, the school they go to. You know, things like that. So we also have to be aware of that when it comes to our children. But yeah, like I said, this was one of the issues that, you know, me and some of the guys talked about. I said, oh yeah, I talk about it on my podcast. As y'all can see, I'm alone. My wife gone. You know, usually she'll be beside me, giving me that eye, looking at me as if like, okay. So, like I said, make sure that we're keeping our children in prayer first and foremost. Being a parent, because I'm pretty sure nobody wants to see their child go to jail or go to prison or end up dead. So it starts at home. You know, like a lot of people say we only could do so much. Yeah, you're right. But I guarantee you, if you train your child up right, they may depart from you, the home, forget about what you taught them. But when they get jammed up in a situation, I guarantee you they'll remember, Mama told me this, Daddy told me this. But if they see that you're a parent that you did what they doing, and they have no structure, which is you being a parent telling them what's right, what's wrong, what not to do, they won't remember because they had nobody to teach them. So with us having those children, we need to teach them. We need to get our youth back and not let society raise our children. You know, do something that'll keep their mind occupied. Reading scripture every morning, you know, because me and my wife have it to where our children read scripture every morning. They have to, and tell us what they wrote, tell us what they learned. So that's real big. You know, they taking so many things out of this school system. So these kids are not fully understanding life. You know, sit them down, teach them about credit. You know, teach them about, you know, savings and whatever, 401k. But that's another discussion for another day. But yeah, we have to get our children back, y'all. I mean, it's pretty bad out here. And I feel sorry, you know, looking at some of the children. I just be wanting to help everybody, all the children that I come across. I be want to do so much for them. Also, give the parents some knowledge or whatever. Because I wasn't a perfect parent when I was young. When I was about 24, 25 years of age, you know, I wasn't a perfect parent, but I knew where I didn't want to see my children go. You know, I didn't want to see my children go down the wrong path. I wanted my children to be successful. I wanted to see my children have something established, accomplished, you know, whatever they wanted to accomplish in life. But first and foremost, keep God first. And also have a plan. Don't follow your plan, but let God's will. Whatever God has for you, then he has for you. You know, the enemy's job is to kill, steal, and destroy. God is to uplift. He's love. He's patient. He's kind. He's understanding. So yeah, that's all I got for y'all. Like I said, let's get these babies back. Let's get these babies back in the home. Let's train them up. Let's get these big mamas back. Let's not let society raise our children. Okay, y'all. I love y'all so much. The Darn Truth checking out. Peace.